or the other team in this contest. Any incidents of disrespectful language or actions by spectators will not be tolerated and will result in removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation. And now let's meet the starting lineup for tonight's contest.
Test.
Liberty Tigers. Number 2, senior Jesse McClintock. Number 4, senior Colton Zedler. Number 10, junior Trey Kinane. Number 24, senior Matthew Tanner. Number 32, junior Gibson.
Into the paint. He's just got to have the patience to know when to kick the basketball out. Does Jordan Hagwood, excuse me, Eric Giffen for Cottage Grove. For Junction City in this one, they are very similar to Cottage Grove. They're going to run a man-to-man most of the game. Of course, the Lions run in the press, and we've been able to see glimpses of really good basketball from Cottage Grove, but it's been really short glimpses. Last week, in just about a 4-minute period, the Lions were able to put up a stretch where they outscored Sisters 11-2, and then boom, no scoring whatsoever. We are ready for the tip, and it is won by Junction City, and they're going to push the ball up the floor. It's Jesse McClintock with it on the right wing. McClintock gets it over to Ditlevson. Ditlevson now to Penn. Penn back to McClintock. He's going to move it back out to the center of the floor, over to Ditlevson on the left wing. Now back over on the near side to Kinane. Now down low into the paint, jumper, and that's good. Cameron Gibson just got left wide open there. And it looks like Junction City not going to press here to start early in this one. Just going to run the straight up man-to-man. Nice pass down low to Ellingworth, and Ellingworth finishes. He had a phenomenal game last week, 19 points for Ellingworth, and now here's the press, and it's a turnover right off the bat here for Junction City. Eric Giffen with it for Cottage Grove. Now to Ellingworth over on the right wing, and the way Ellingworth did it last week wasn't really just by taking wild shots or anything. He was just smart about it. Waited until he got an open look and took it. And now Giffen's got a long one, and he launches it. It's no good, but the long board goes to Jordan Hagwood, and that's what I'm talking about with Giffen. He's got the guts to shoot it from that far. He just hasn't been able to hit. Now Ellingworth near side 3. That one's too far. Good look there. Now to Julian on the right wing. Second straight offensive board here for Cottage Grove. Claflin now to Ellingworth. Ellingworth into the paint. Spins around the defender. Lay in good. Jesse Ellingworth with 4 points here early. McClintock to Gibson. Now down on the right wing for 3 for Kinane, and he hits. Trey Kinane with the 3, puts Junction City back on top 5-4. Ellingworth on the left wing. Ellingworth down low into the paint. Now out to Claflin, to Giffen on the right wing. He shot fakes, trying to get it down low. Does to Hagwood. Hagwood, though, cannot finish left-handed. McClintock in the paint. Fast break. Bucket. Good. Another bucket for Kinane. Nice feed from McClintock, and it's a 7-4 lead here for Junction City. Now Ellingworth into the paint. He kicks it out to Giffen. Left wing 3. That one's no good. And the board goes to Junction City, and they'll push it up the floor again. It's Ditlevson now over on the far side to the shooter Kinane. 5:28 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 7-4 lead for Junction City. Ball now out to Kinane again. Left wing 3. Nailed it. Trey Kinane now with 8 of the 10 for Junction City and 2 from downtown. Ball to Ellingworth on the left wing. He dives into the paint. Now out to Julian on the left wing. He'll shoot the floater, and he gets it to go in the key for his first 2 of the game. All over on the far side to Knave. Now Ditlevson in the middle of the floor. He'll take it up for Junction City with under 5 minutes to go here in the first. McClintock over to Ditlevson. Wide open down low. It's an easy bucket for Matthew Penn, his first 2 of the game. And it's a 12-6 lead here for Junction City. Giffen to Julian. Top of the key. Julian's going to reset things. He drives left, kicks it to Claflin. Claflin into the paint. Claflin, nice pass, and a foul. Down low going to be called on McClintock, I believe. Indeed, first foul of the game going to go on Jesse McClintock. 4:25 to go here in the first. Cottage Grove up 12-6. Once again, you're listening to Mighty 1400 KNND. I'm your host, Evan McClendon. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Jordan Hagwood. Hagwood really been a kid so far this year that has had a lot of opportunities. He has just yet to be able to put together a real good game, and I think eventually we are going to see him do that. Wouldn't be surprised for Hagwood to get to a point this year where all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, he starts averaging double digits. And here's another kid that could do the same. Look for him to cause some trouble defensively. Dejan Alonzo into the game. Hagwood goes 2 of 2 from the line, and it's a 12-8 lead for Junction City. McClintock takes it up the floor. He is into the paint. Nice pass down low. Up and in. It's another 2 for Matthew Penn. His second bucket from in the paint. Ellingworth now knifes into the paint himself, and an easy bucket there for Jesse Ellingworth. The last 2 games, that kid has played incredibly well for Cottage Grove. On the left wing to Ditlevson. Now on the baseline. Out here to Penn. Penn drives left into the paint. Spins around Claflin and is contested by Alonzo and can't get that one to fall. Now Cottage Grove will push it. Junction City with a 14-10 lead. Ball into the paint, and it's stolen away by McClintock, and a foul is going to be called on Alonzo. First one on Cottage Grove. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. Junction City to inbound. It is into Penn. He's going to hand it off back to McClintock. Still all 5 starters in there for Junction City. Ball out to Penn on the left wing. Penn drives right into the paint. Now on the right wing to Knave. Got to guard him close. He's already hit 2 threes here in the first quarter. Now McClintock drives to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Ditlevson for 3, and it's another 3 for Junction City. Their 3rd of this first quarter, and it's back up to a 7-point lead for the Tigers. Eric Giffen, left wing 3. That one's off the mark, and on the board, pretty sure they're going to get Penn on the foul. And then, indeed, they're going to get that one on Matthew Penn. Eric Giffen going to check out. He's been cold from the 3-point line again tonight. Did not have one in his last game after he hit 4 in the first half. That pass almost stolen away by Ditlevson. Trenton Grover into the game for Cottage Grove. He shot the 3 well last game, but he definitely had some mistakes that turned the basketball over. You look for him to improve on that in this one. 2:35 to go, and we're going to get a moving screen called on Juice Claflin. It's the first one on the game for Claflin. McClintock to take it up the floor for Junction City. Tigers still with it, and it looks like the ball was knocked out of bounds. Now they're going to get a reach-in foul on Trenton Grover. That is the first on him. McClintock has it stolen away, and it's knocked away off of Junction City. That's a good play there from Juice Claflin to get in there and force the turnover. And the ball back to Cottage Grove. Junction City still with a 17-10 lead here. 2:21 to go in the first quarter. Ellingworth going to take it up the floor for Cottage Grove. Still all 5 starters in there for Junction City. Trenton Grover with it on the left wing. He spins into the paint, kicks it out to Ellingworth. Ellingworth drives down low, reverse lay-in. Ellingworth is now 4 for 4 from down there. Has missed a 3 in this one, but 4 or 5 in the first quarter, and now he comes away with the steal. Ellingworth, full court pass down to Grover. Grover out on the right wing to Claflin, back to Grover, going to shoot the 3. That one's off the mark, and the board being fought for. Hayden Glenn's going to come away with it. Now out to Ellingworth on the left wing to Claflin in the paint, and we're going to get an offensive foul called on Juice Claflin down low. That is the second on Claflin. He's going to come out. It's a 5-point lead here for Junction City. 1:33 to go here in the first quarter. Gibson to inbound. Gibson gets it in for Junction City. We got the first sub of the game in Jonathan Prescott into the game. Now out to Knabe. Knabe 3. That one's no good. And the board goes to Cottage Grove. Hayden Glenn to Grover. Left wing 3 in transition. And he hits first 3 of the game here for Grover. And the ball is to Knabe. 2-point lead here for Cottage Grove. Ball on the far side for Jonathan Prescott. He's going to take it near side and get it to Jake Vanris. And we got a travel here from Cameron Gibson. Also into the game here for Junction City. Looks like Matthew Penn's going to come back in for the Tigers and replace a Gibson. Alonzo, top of the key, gives it to Grover. He's wide open for 3, and he hits another one. Back-to-back 3s now here for Trenton Grover. And all of a sudden, Cottage Grove goes on an 8-0 run, and they have a 1-point lead. Knabe to Penn, now out to Vanris. Vanris to Knabe, back to Penn, no look out to Vanris. Vanris takes it left, picks up his dribble, gives it back out to Penn, left wing, only 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Ditlifson into the paint. Ditlifson off glass, and he gets it to fall. 4 seconds to go. 3. Ellingworth with the basketball, and he's just going to throw it up. And it is not going to fall here at the end of the first quarter. An exciting one here in Cottage Grove as Junction City has a 19-18 lead. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back at the start of the second quarter. welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. It's Cottage Grove basketball, but not for long as Junction City comes away with the steal. Fast break, lay in, good. Easy bucket here to start the second quarter for Cottage Grove. That's Trey Knave, who's now got 10, the first in double digits for either side. And now we're going to see Junction City to switch into the 1-3-1. They get it down to Grover, and Grover hits another three. Trenton Grover feeling it here in the first half. He's now got 9. Ball down to Vanris. Vanris to Ditlevson here on the right wing. Ditlevson now down low to Penn on the baseline. Penn gonna drive left, now kicks it out, wide open. No, gonna kick it away to Ditlevson for 3, and that baseline 3 is no good. Giffen with it for Cottage Grove. No look to Grover, another 3. That one's no good. The board is still being fought for, but taken by Knave. Now down to Vanris. Vanris fast break and a rejection from Eric Giffen. Giffen now going to push it this way. Giffen to Ellingworth to Glenn, and that's an easy bucket in transition for Cottage Grove, and it's a 23-21 lead here for the Lions. Ditlevson now out to Prescott for Junction City. Only 14 fouls on Cottage Grove so far here in the first half, 2 on Junction City. And now we're going to get a travel on Matthew Penn, and it looks like right here to start, we're going to get a head coach timeout from Craig Rothenberger for Junction City, as he did not like what he was seeing. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the second quarter. To Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It is a 23-21 lead here for Cottage Grove. Trenton Grover been very hot for the Lions since he's come into the game off the bench. He's already hit 3 threes here in the last 8 minutes of basketball. Grover for 3 again, and there's number 4. And he's got Cottage Grove a 5-point lead, as he's got 12 of the 26 off the bench here for Cottage Grove. Ditlevson, and he travels with it for Junction City, as they're feeling the heat here. Back-to-back turnovers now for the Tigers, and it's Cottage Grove basketball. And at this point, you just keep giving it to Grover until he misses. Ellingworth now to Giffen on the right wing. Giffen throws it away. Turnover for Cottage Grove. Ditlevson takes it up the floor. Now he's going to slow it down to Vanris over on the far side to McClintock. He shot fakes back out to Ditlevson on the left wing. Ditlevson throws it away. It's another turnover. 3rd straight for Junction City here to start the second quarter. Giffen drives, and he's going to score on the fast break. And it's the largest lead of the game for Cottage Grove here, as they're up 7. McClintock on the near side to Vanris. Vanris to Penn. He'll drive left, and another turnover as the ball's on the floor. No, Junction City is going to keep it. Penn now off glass, and he is fouled by Austin Cardwell. Almost the 4th straight turnover of the start of the second quarter here for Junction City. But as luck would have it, basketball ends up in the hands of Penn, and he's going to shoot 2. 5:03 to go here in the first half. Cottage Grove up 28-21. They have outscored Junction City 10-3 here to start the second quarter. First free throw for Matthew Penn is up and good. And now back into the game for Junction City, as we are going to see almost the starting 5 here for the Tigers, as Knave, the shooter, is back in, along with the big man Cameron Gibson for Junction City. Second free throw coming for Matthew Penn. And this one is up, and that one is good as he's now got 6. Ball down to Trenton Grover, Junction City pressing. Grover on the right wing, passes into Cardwell. He shoots the turnaround, and he's rejected by Penn. Now fast break this way. Knabe going to pull up, and they're going to get a foul in transition on Hayden Glenn. So Junction City able to slow Cottage Grove down a little bit here in the first half. That's the first foul of the game on Hayden Glenn. And it's a 4-point basketball game with that free throw from Trey Knabe. He's now got 11. Second free throw coming here for Knabe. It's up and good as well as he leads Junction City scores with 12 points for the Tigers. And they've got this one back to within 3. Ellingworth with it for Cottage Grove. Gets it to Alonzo and another block. This time we're going to get a foul called on Matthew Penn. That's going to be his second. Only the 3rd team foul on Junction City, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Dejan Alonzo. The first one is up and is off the mark. The lead will stay at 3 here for Cottage Grove. Second free throw, nothing but net from Alonzo, his first point of the night. It's back up to a 4-point lead for Cottage Grove here on 1400K in Indy. McClintock on the right wing for Junction City. He's going to drive left, picks up his dribble, and it's almost stolen away. Junction City will hold on to it. Now Penn on the baseline. Penn over on the far side to Prescott. Prescott now back to McClintock. Now to Knabe. Knabe still got it out to McClintock on the left wing. He'll drive right, kick it out to Gibson. Gibson to McClintock on the left wing. McClintock trying to get it down low. It's stolen away by Alonzo. And Alonzo to take it up the floor. He hands it off to Eric Giffen. 3:53 to go here in the first half. Cottage Grove with a 29-25 lead. Grover with it on the left wing. Now to Alonzo, and he's blocked. More good D there from Penn down low. Going to get Junction City the basketball. McClintock going to have an open look. About an 8-footer. Not good from the baseline. Ball back to Cottage Grove. Giffen into the paint. Gets it to Glenn. Glenn drives into the paint. And another rejection from Penn down low. McClintock now coming the other way. He's going to back it out. Give it to Knabe. Right wing 3. Nailed it. In transition, Trey Knabe. He's now got 15 for Junction City. And we've got ourselves a 1-point basketball game. Giffen going to walk it up the floor for Cottage Grove. Ball to Ellingworth on the far side. Ellingworth, and we're going to get a double dribble on Jesse Ellingworth as it went off his knee. Now Junction City going to have a chance to take the lead back. Jordan Hagwood back into the game for Cottage Grove. Hayden Glenn checking out for the Lions. Knabe going to take it up the floor for Junction City. He drives into the paint, kicks it back out to McClintock. Now on the near side to Gibson, over to Prescott, top of the key. Prescott to McClintock on the right wing. McClintock back out to Prescott, now to Knabe on the far side, who hasn't missed from downtown yet in this one. He's 4 for 4. Also leads the team, 3 for 3, leads the team with 15. Knabe again for 3. That one's off the mark as the old announcer's jinx gets him, and it's going to be Cottage Grove basketball with 2:33 to go here in the first half. Colton Ditlevson back in for Junction City. Trenton Grover checks out for Cottage Grove. Grover off the bench hit 4 threes for the Lions. That one is booted out of bounds by McClintock. It's going to stay Cottage Grove basketball. Giffen to get it in. He gets it to Ellingworth. Now to Julian on the left wing. Julian to Giffen on the near side. Giffen tried to get it down low to Hagwood, but good D down there from Gibson. Then McClintock falls down and still holds his dribble. as he'll take it up the floor, give it to Gibson, now to Knabe. Knabe to McClintock, shot fake, now he's going to shoot it. That one's no good, but an offensive board for Penn, then a block from Gibson, and Alonzo comes away with it. We've got a timeout here from head coach Nick Finley. 58. Wow, that scoreboard needs new lights. 1:58 to go here in the first half. Cottage Grove with a 29-28 lead. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the first half. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. 1-point basketball game here in Cottage Grove as the Lions have a 29-28 lead under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Alonzo with it, top of the key for Cottage Grove. Alonzo now to Julian. Julian into the paint. Julian out to Ellingworth. Ellingworth out to Giffen on the left wing. He's going to shoot the three, and it's off the mark again for Eric Giffen, who has just been unable to get it going. Now full court pass, and Penn was out of bounds underneath the hoop. 1:30 to go. Cottage Grove going to get the basketball. It's in Julian. Now to Giffen. Junction City pressing, and we're going to get a foul called on McClintock, and that's definitely a mistake because it's going to send Giffen. Excuse me, that's only the 4th team foul on Junction City, not a mistake. Looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard that time. On a roll with not being able to read that scoreboard. Only the 4th team foul on Junction City. The 2nd on McClintock. Julian to Giffen out at half court. Giffen. And I think we're going to get a foul on Junction City. Indeed, that one is going to go on Prescott as he tried to take out Alonzo football style on the screen. 5th team foul on Junction City. Clock down to 1:10 here in the first half. Ball over to Ellingworth on the right wing. Now to Alonzo down low. Alonzo looking for somebody to get out to. He's going to spin and shoot the one-hander. Not a good look for Alonzo. And he misses. Ball over to Ditlefson on the left wing. Ditlefson now to Cooper Mitchell, the senior, into the game for Junction City. Now to Prescott, 44 seconds to go. Junction City looking to take their first lead since very early in this second quarter. Ditlefson now on the near side out to Prescott. 3, that one's no good, and off the top of the backboard. It is going to be Cottage Grove basketball. Trenton Grover back in here to end the first half. We'll see if they can get it to him with a good look. He's hit 4 threes here in the first half. Ellingworth, and a kick ball there on Junction City. 28.6 seconds to go here in the first half. Cottage Grove still with a 29-28 lead as it's been stagnant there for about the last 2 minutes. Cottage Grove probably going to hold for the last shot here unless they can get a very open look. Now Giffen into the paint, and he's going to try to shoot over the defense. It's no good, but it goes out of bounds off of Junction City. 14.5 seconds to go here for Cottage Grove, and Junction City right now keeping non-stop track of Trenton Grover. Now ball to Ellingworth, left wing 3, that one's no good, and Junction City with the board. Full court shot is off the mark, and that is how the first half is going to end. It was definitely an exciting one here in Cottage Grove as the Lions are going to take a 29-28 lead into the half are the Junction City Tigers. Well, the Tigers at one point in this basketball game had a 17-10 lead, but Cottage Grove able to battle back, get into it, and at one point they had an 8-point lead. This was a 29-21 basketball game, but Cottage Grove was, Junction City able to battle back themselves, and they have now got it to within one. Well, for Cottage Grove, you've really seen what you wanted to see in this basketball game, as they've tightened things up offensively, have limited the turnovers, and Trenton Grover shooting it very well from the outside. If Eric Giffen can get it going at all from outside, Cottage Grove really could pull away with this one, but that's a big if, as the senior is ice cold from out there. For Cottage Grove, Trenton Grover ended that first half with 12, and Jesse Ellingworth once again just playing really good basketball. I mean, there's nothing fancy about it, nothing phenomenal about it, but it's really, really good, as he's got 8 all from in the paint, as he was able to get down low. Look for in the second half, Cottage Grove has to figure out how to stop Trey Kinnaid. He ended the first half with 15 for Junction City. And that, I mean, is over half of their scoring total in the first half. He hit 3 from downtown and was also good from inside. 6 for Matthew Penn, and Ditlefson and Cameron Gibson added buckets for themselves. But once again, it's a 28-29 game here. Cottage Grove with a 1-point lead going into the second half. I said pregame this one should be interesting, and so far it certainly has been. We're going to take about a 6-minute break, and we'll be back with the start of the second half. Until then, I'll send it back to Cindy.
you can buy a ticket from him over there in Isabel as they're walking around. Hallie, how you doing, Hallie? Everybody give up for Hallie. Tickets are just $1 a piece or 6 for $5. Get your ticket now for the chance to win $50 at halftime of the girls' basketball game.
Back out to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNFD. We are just about ready for the start of the second half. It is a 29-28 lead for Cottage Grove. No real foul trouble on either side at this point in this basketball game, which certainly makes for a good second half. One thing you got to look for is, really one of the biggest issues with Cottage Grove on the year, they haven't been able to put 4 quarters of basketball together. They played a really good first half in this one. Can they maintain it for the next 2 quarters of basketball? And if they're going to do that, they got to have Trenton Grover still shooting it well from the outside. Defensively, they got to be tight up against Trey Canade. We had 15 in the first half for Junction City. And Eric Giffin's got to get something going. The kid's athletic enough to get down low, but at least he's got to be able to find some kids outside that arc and get them some open looks so they can put some more points up on the scoreboard. Second half about to be underway. It is Marcus Julian, Juice Claflin, Eric Giffen, Jordan Hagwood, and Jesse Ellingworth for Cottage Grove. McClintock with it for Junction City. Ditlifson in there for the Tigers as well. It's down low to Penn in the paint. He spins, shoots over Hagwood, and it's an early bucket for Junction City. They've got their first lead since early in the second quarter. Ball out to Julian, left wing 3. That one's no good, and the board goes to Junction City. They're going to push it. Ditlifson on the left wing. Ditlifson now down low to McClintock. McClintock out to Penn. He's going to shoot the jumper from the free throw line, and a foul called on Juice Claflin. That is the third of the game on Claflin. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Matthew Penn. Penn was 2 for 2 from the line. His first opportunity tonight. First free throw for Penn is nothing but net. He's now got 9 points on the night for Junction City, looking to become the second Tiger in double digits. Second free throw for Penn is up and good as well, as he's unfazed, and now he's got 10, and Junction City on a quick 4-0 run here to start the third quarter. Ellingworth with it on the right wing for Cottage Grove. He had 8 in the first half. Now out to Giffen on the left wing, who has been unable to hit a 3 in his last 2 games. Julian now to Claflin on the right wing. Claflin to Hegwood in the paint. Hegwood left-handed gets it to go. That's something, if you're Cottage Grove, you'd love to see more of from Jordan Hegwood. Ditlevson with it for the Tigers. He's going to get around 2 defenders and gets it to go over Claflin, as he's now got 7. It's back to a 4-point lead here for Junction City. Giffen to Ellingworth. Ellingworth drives right, kicks it back out to Giffen. Now to Ellingworth on the baseline. Ellingworth gets it to Hegwood. Hegwood to Julian on the left wing. Julian going to drive down low. Floater runner is not going to fall, and on the board we're going to get an offensive foul on Gibson. So the basketball is going to stay with Cottage Grove. Only the first one. Actually, they get that one on Ditlevson. Now off the inbounds pass. It's going to be Junction City basketball as it's thrown away by Cottage Grove. Gibson gets it into McClintock. It's a 3-point lead here for Junction City. McClintock to Penn on the free throw line. Penn loses it. It's on the floor, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow is to Cottage Grove, as they will get the basketball back. And now less than exactly 2 minutes into the second half, we're going to see Trenton Grover come back into the game for Cottage Grove. He had 4 threes in the first half, and then Junction City really tightened down the D on him. They were very aware of where he was at. Giffen now to Grover on the right wing. He'll drive left. Grover back out to Giffen on the right wing to Hegwood down low. He'll spin left-handed, gets it to go. An old-fashioned hook shot there from Jordan Hegwood, as he's now got 6, and it's back to a 1-point lead here for Junction City. Ball on the left wing to Ditlevson, and a foul away from the ball. Going to be down low on Juice Claflin. And now Claflin very quickly went from 2 to 4 fouls here early in the third quarter, so he's probably not going to be back in for a while. Ball's into Penn for Junction City. Now McClintock on the left wing. McClintock throws it away, trying the cross-court pass, and it's taken away by Dejan Alonzo. Now Giffen wild into the paint, out to Grover on the right wing. Grover to Alonzo. Alonzo going to drive right. Alonzo back out to Giffen. Giffen going to shoot it from way downtown. That one's no good. And the board goes to McClintock. Giffen still ice cold from out there. Now Ditlevson, right wing 3, left wide open, and he's not going to miss that, as he's now got 10 for Junction City, and they've got a 4-point lead. Grover with it for Cottage Grove. Now to Ellingworth on the left wing. Kick it back out to Giffen at half court. 4:38 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 4-point, 37-33 lead for Junction City. Now Giffen, right wing 3. That one's good. Eric Giffen finally able to hit one from outside. And it's back to a 1-point game. Now McClintock into the paint, has it tipped away, falls down, gets it to Gibson, jumper, that one's off the mark, and the board goes to Ellingworth looking to push. Ellingworth into the paint, Ellingworth over to Grover on the far side. Giffen, loses the basketball and it's taken away by Junction City. Ellingworth had Grover wide open here on the near side and chose to throw it the other way, and now a foul going to be called on Hegwood, I believe. Indeed, they are going to get Hegwood on that. And immediately, head coach Nick Finley pulled Jesse Ellingworth aside and said Trenton Grover was wide open on the right wing in transition. As it is now, it's going to be 2 free throws here for Ditlevson. Also back into the game for Junction City, Max Thielman for JC. First free throw is up and good for Ditlevson, as he's now got 11. Second free throw for Ditlevson. That one is in and out. First miss from the line for him, and the ball back to Cottage Grove. Giffen on the right wing. Giffen to Ellingworth. Ellingworth now going to drive baseline, kick it back out to Giffen on the right wing. Ellingworth now to Alonzo outside for 3, off the back of the iron, not going to fall, and the board goes to Junction City. McClintock going to take it up the floor for the Tigers. McClintock picks up his dribble. Now to Gibson. Now back out to McClintock. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. It's a 2-point lead for Junction City. Ball down low, up off glass, and no good from Thielman. And the ball back to Cottage Grove. Alonzo has it. He gets down low, shoots over Thielman, and that one's no good. And the board goes to JC. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Once again, you're listening to the mighty 1400 KNND. That shot's no good, and the follow is for the Tigers. First points of the game for Max Thielman. Giffen to Alonzo, top of the key. Alonzo loses it, but it looks like they're going to foul, I believe, on Gibson.
Another 32, Cameron Gibson.
Indeed, they are. It's the second on Cameron Gibson. Hayden Glenn back into the game for Cottage Grove. Jonathan Prescott back in for the Tigers. Eric Giffen to inbound for the Lions. He gets it into Hegwood. That jumper, another block for Junction City. Now the outlet pass goes to Knabe on the left wing. Now to McClintock, top of the key. It's a 4-point lead here for Junction City. Cottage Grove only able to score 7 here in the third quarter. That shot's off the mark for Ditlevson. Now ball down to Grover. He's wide open. Left wing 3. That one's no good. Off the back of the iron. And the rebound goes to Junction City. Fast break this way. Now Knabe on the right wing. He's also been scoreless. And a rejection there from Giffen. Now basketball poked away. Hayden Glenn comes away with it to Ellingworth. Lay in good. Phenomenal bucket in the fast break there for Jesse Ellingworth. He's into double digits. Now to McClintock in the paint. McClintock throws it away. Hegwood comes away with it. Now to Giffen. Giffen trapped, and it's stolen away by Junction City. Now to Ditlevson. McClintock tries to throw it down low, and it's stolen away by Ellingworth. Ellingworth now going to push it for Cottage Grove. Now on the far side, Grover, 3, nailed it. Trenton Grover with another 3. He's now got 5 on the night, 15 here for Cottage Grove, and the Lions have taken the lead back. It's now 41-40. We are going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the third quarter. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It's a 41-40 lead, and it's poked away by Jesse Ellingworth. It looked like it was out of bounds off of Canabe. As it is, Junction City will keep it with 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. McClintock now to Canabe on the left wing. Canabe to Ditlevson. Ditlevson now to Thielman, back out to Ditlevson for three, and he hits. Ditlevson has really stepped it up here in this third quarter. He's now got 14. Ball out to Julian, now to Grover, right wing three. That one's off the mark, and the board goes to Junction City. Outlet pass to Canabe. He's got to save it, and he throws it back off the shin of Ellingworth and out of bounds. Heads up play there from Canabe. It's a 2-point lead here for Junction City, and they've got the basketball into Thielman, now to McClintock on the right wing. McClintock to Canabe for three, no good, and the board goes to Austin Cardwell, who throws it away. McClintock basketball bucket. Easy bucket there for McClintock, his first two of the night, and Junction City now has it back up to a 4-point lead. Julian now to Grover on the right wing. Grover to Ellingworth. Ellingworth now into the paint, tries to hand it off to Cardwell, and it is out of bounds. 6.5 seconds to go. Junction City with the ball. McClintock throws it off of Prescott. Turnaround three, and that one's off the mark. And that is how the third quarter is going to end. Cottage Grove with a Junction City with a 45-41 lead. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the fourth quarter. To Cottage Grove High School, 8 minutes to play. Fourth quarter underway. Junction City with a 45-41 lead. I'm Evan McClendon. It's Junction City basketball. Penn has it now to Ditlevson. He's going to shoot another three. That one's no good, and a foul on the rebound is going to go on McClintock. That is his third. It's a 45-41 lead here for Junction City. Trenton Grover, Hayden Glenn, Jesse Ellingworth, Dejan Alonzo, and Eric Giffen in there for Cottage Grove. Giffen's going to drive down low, shoot the lay-in, but he can't get it to go. And the board is going to go to Junction City. Ditlevson had 9 in that third quarter after only 5 in all the first half. Now out to Penn on the baseline. Penn picks up his dribble. Gives it to McClintock. Now on the far side to Ditlevson. He drives into the paint. And we're going to get a carry called on Ditlevson. So it'll be Cottage Grove basketball. Lions, after putting up 29 in the first half, only able to score 12 there in that third quarter, and it's another turnover there for Cottage Grove here in the fourth quarter. Knabe gets it into McClintock. As far as fouls go right now, we've got 3 on either team. Almost 4 there. Now McClintock falls down, keeps his dribble, and we're going to get a travel on McClintock. And Craig Rothenberger, not a fan of that, coach. So Cottage Grove basketball once again. Giffen with it to Ellingworth, top of the key. Ellingworth to Grover, now over to Alonzo, to Giffen on the left wing. Giffen drives into the paint, out to Ellingworth on the right wing. Ellingworth drives down low. Ellingworth now out to Alonzo. Alonzo, shot fake, jumper, that one's no good. He gets his own long board, and now Alonzo is fouled on his way up by Thielman, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Dejan Alonzo. First free throw for Alonzo is short. Alonzo now 1 of 3 from the line for Cottage Grove and 1 of 4 with that miss. Now fast break, outlet pass, Ditlevson, easy bucket. And now are the wheels coming off here for Cottage Grove as they've been ice cold here in the second half, especially to start this 4th quarter. Out to Alonzo, 3, well off the mark. Offensive board goes to Hayden Glenn, and he gets the putback. A much needed bucket there for Cottage Grove. Comes from a very unlikely source in Glenn. McClintock to Penn. Penn, and we're going to get a moving screen called, I believe, on Thielman. Indeed. And so Cottage Grove going to get the basketball back, down by 4. Jordan Hagwood going to come back in for Alonzo. It's Cottage Grove basketball. Giffen now to Grover on the right wing. Grover gets it to Ellingworth, top of the key. Ellingworth back out to Grover, going to shoot the 3, and he's fouled on the 3. Huge mistake there from Ditlevson. And it's going to be 3 free throws here for Trenton Grover. First free throw for Grover is up and good. His first point that didn't come from a 3 tonight, he's got 16. Second free throw for Grover. That one's in and out. Grover trying to make it a 2-point basketball game here with 5:28 to go. Free throw up, and the free throw is good. There from Grover. And Junction City holding on to a 2-point lead now. McClintock with it for the Tigers. McClintock drives left, gets it into Penn. Penn, jumper, that one's no good. The board goes to McClintock, now to Ditlevson, and he can't finish. Now Hagwood is fouled on the rebound, and that's another one on Junction City, so it's going to be a 1-and-1 here for Jordan Hagwood. Junction City very frustrated right now. That's the 7th team foul on the Tigers in the second half. Still only 3 on Cottage Grove. 1-and-1, front end from Hagwood is no good, and now that's the 4th missed free throw here late from Cottage Grove. 2 from Alonzo, 1 from Grover, and 1 from Hagwood. And that'd give them the lead, and that's just within the last 2 minutes for the Lions. Ball out on the far side to Knabe. Knave now to Ditlevson on the left wing. Ditlevson to McClintock top the key, out to Penn on the right wing. Penn drives baseline, now gets it to Thielman. Thielman gonna back down Hegwood over Thielman, no good. Board goes to Penn, and he's gonna get the putback. And it's back to a 4-point lead here for Junction City. Now Ellingworth, right wing three, nails it. And it's back to a 1-point game. McClintock to Ditlevson. Now Ditlevson going to shoot the pull-up jumper. That one's no good. The board goes to Giffen. Giffen tries to throw it down to Hegwood. Gets it, and an easy lay-in for Jordan Hegwood. What a pass from Eric Giffen in transition. And just like that, Cottage Grove with the lead once again. McClintock to Ditlevson. Now over on the far side to Penn on the right wing. Now to Thielman down low. Thielman over Ellingworth, and it's an easy bucket there for Max Thielman. He's now got 4, and it's a 1-point lead for Junction City. Giffen now to Ellingworth on the right wing. Ellingworth into the paint, out to Glenn. Cross court to Giffen. Giffen shot fakes the 3. Giffen now has it knocked out of his hands, out to Ellingworth on the left wing. Ellingworth cross court to Grover. Wide open 3, hits! Grover with another one. He's got 6 threes on the night, and it's a 2-point lead for Cottage Grove. And what a catch from Grover on the right wing. Barely saved it one-handed from going out of bounds, and then hit the 3. Ditlevson drives baseline, kicks it out to Knave. Far side 3, gets the roll. As that's Knave's first bucket of the second half, and the 3 gives Junction City a 1-point lead. Now Giffen over the defender, gets it to go. Back and forth we go. It's a 1-point lead for Cottage Grove, 2:33 to go. McClintock falls down, gets it to Grover. Grover lay-in is fouled and cannot finish. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Trenton Grover. Get the foul on Jesse McClintock. That is his 4th. First free throw for Grover is a miss. Another miss late here from Grover. He's got 20 though on the night. Now 2 of 4 from the line. This a big one. It's up and it is good, as he's now got 21, and it's a 2-point lead here for Cottage Grove. And the key here is Cottage Grove can play very aggressive defense, and they do there as Giffen comes away with the steal and the transition bucket, and now it's a 4-point lead here for Cottage Grove. There's only 3 fouls on Junction City, and now we're going to get a foul on the floor called on Giffen. But still, only 14 fouls on Cottage Grove, so they can be very aggressive on the defensive side of things, and you saw it there with Giffen, as he came away with the easy steal. Still Junction City basketball. McClintock to inbound. He gets it in to Ditlevson, and a charge is going to be called on Ditlevson, and that's Giffen again. So it's going to be Cottage Grove basketball with 2:04 to go. Junction City going to press here. Alonzo gets it into Giffen. Giffen, cross court to Ellingworth. And who are we going to get a foul on? We're going to get it on Ellingworth. And I can't really see in a spot like that how you can call a foul on either side. And Junction City would have been irate if it was on them too. I mean, both kids just going for the ball there. Neither one of them pushed out of the way. just they ran into each other. I don't know how or who you call a foul on there, but nonetheless a break for Junction City here as they are going to get the basketball back, down by 4, under 2 minutes to go. We've got a timeout, Junction City Tigers. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. To this point, and off the foul called on Jesse Ellingworth, it is going to be Junction City basketball. Still only 5 team fouls on Cottage Grove, so they still have 1 to give. McClintock out to Ditlifson, 3, that one's off the mark. The board is taken by McClintock, back to Ditlifson. And who is the foul on? It looks like they're going to get it on Alonzo, so now that is number 6 on Cottage Grove. It'll be 1-and-1s from here on out for Junction City. And off the inbounds, the lay-in is no good. A huge miss there from Ditlifson. Now a backup 3. That one's no good. An offensive board. Penn, it's no good, but another foul going to be called on Alonzo. Cottage Grove really just enabled Junction City to get back into this one as they came away with back-to-back offensive boards there that resulted in extra possessions. And now very possibly points. Penn has been perfect from the line tonight. Free throw from Penn is up and is good as he gets the friendly roll. And one more free throw to pull it within 2 for Matthew Penn. Second free throw, that one is no good. A big miss there from Penn, but it is saved from going out of bounds by Junction City. I think it would have been off Cottage Grove. That is a break for the Lions. Giffen now to Ellingworth on the near side. He drives baseline, lay in, good. Jesse Ellingworth with just incredible body control there. Seen it on the fast break, saw it there. Now Ditlifson down low, out to Knabe, 3, no good. Another offensive board here for Junction City. That is their 3rd in these late possessions, and now a charge is going to be called on Penn, and he lost it.
Number 24, Matthew Penn. We also have a technical foul on number 24.
And we're going to get a technical on Penn as well because of his reaction. And now I can guarantee you that Junction City bench not going to be happy about this. And it was solely based on his reaction. Penn took off. Penn's being talked to right now. I can't really disagree with his reaction. Now the technical free throw is no good here from Jesse Ellingworth. It was definitely a tough call on Penn. The second free throw, that one is up and good from Ellingworth. As Ellingworth with just another very solid basketball game. He's got 14, but now that is going to push the lead up to 6 for Cottage Grove, and due to the technical, they are going to get the basketball, and it looks like we've got a full timeout here from Cottage Grove, so we're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It's a 61-55 lead here for Cottage Grove, and it is their basketball. Junction City's in the double bonus, so any foul is going to result in 2 free throws here for Cottage Grove. Cross court over to Alonzo. We're going to get a travel call on Dejan Alonzo, and that's big. Caught the basketball with one knee on the ground. Good call from the officials. Junction City will get it back. And that is just huge out of a break like that. A timeout in which you just talked for a minute about what you need to do with the basketball. All they had to do was hold it until somebody fouled. And now Junction City with a 3 can make this a 1 bucket possession. Now Dillifson loses it. Out of bounds for Junction City. Giffen with it, under 40 seconds to go. Junction City's going to have to foul someone. To Hayden Glenn. Cottage Grove most likely wants the ball in the hands of Jesse Ellingworth, and that's who's got it now. Giffen now down low to Grover. Grover going to shoot the lay-in. That one doesn't go, and it is out of bounds. It's still going to be Junction City basketball. If you're going to shoot the ball right there and you're Trenton Grover, you got to be 100% sure that you're going to make it. Now it is Junction City ball. Knabe with it. Penn with the shot. That one's no good, and the board goes to Cottage Grove, and Alonzo's going to be fouled. And that is pretty much going to do it here. Is Cottage Grove not fashionably here late in the fourth quarter going to win it, but they are indeed going to win it. Still got to go through the 2 free throws here for Alonzo, but just not enough time for Junction City to get the ball back up and down the floor twice. Got 5 fouls on somebody. They got that one on Matthew Penn, so he fouls out. Now Dejan Alonzo with 2 free throws coming. First one is up and is good from Alonzo. Boy, I tell you what, this is going to make a mess of the Sky M standing. Second free throw, that one's no good, but Ellingworth is going to come away with the offensive board now to Giffen, who's going to back it out. Giffen. Cottage Grove is going to come up with their first league win, 62-55 over the Junction City Tigers. We are going to take a 1-minute break. Game back with my post-game wrap-up.